Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence. Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com. And by Hyundai. Experience the 2011 Hyundai Sonata today at HyundaiSonata.com.
This is Autoline Daily for May 16, 2011, and now the news. Looks like the production disruptions in Japan due to that earthquake are really starting to show up now. The Wall Street Journal reports that major automotive retailers in the U.S., such as AutoNation and Group 1, are running out of inventory. As a result, AutoNation is cutting out sales incentives, which will immediately boost prices by $400. They've also cut out advertising for Japanese models and switched to promoting Chevrolets and Fords. One Toyota dealer in California that sells 58 Corollas a month only received one new Corolla this month. The Corolla is made in Japan, but Nissan has plenty of inventory for Altimas and Maximas that are built in the U.S. And while the examples that are cited here are what's happening in the American market, you can be sure the same thing is happening worldwide. They say the worst months will be in July and August. Even though sales are slowing at Japanese dealerships, others are hiring salespeople. So far this year, one Detroit area Chevrolet store has brought on 6 staff members compared to last year when it hired just one person, and in 2009 when it didn't hire anybody. And the same thing is happening across the country since analysts predict U.S. sales could match 2008 levels, which means dealers need more people to sell cars. Saab says it now has yet another last-minute deal with another Chinese automaker, this one called Pengda. It will reportedly pay $92 million for 24% of Saab. That compares to the $173 million that another Chinese automaker, Hautai, was going to pay to get almost 30% of Saab. So it looks like the price keeps going down. Yet it's not a done deal. Pengda still has to get approval from the Chinese government agencies, something that Hautai was unable to do. Porsche is talking heresy. It's considering building cars outside of Germany. China and the U.S. are possible locations to manufacture its vehicles. The company is especially contemplating building vehicles in China in order to avoid high import duties. Toyota and Volkswagen are waging a war against tobacco. Wards reports the automakers have banned the substance at 2 other plants in the U.S. Any type of tobacco, smokeless or otherwise, is not allowed at Toyota's facility in Blue Springs, Mississippi. Likewise, it's verboten at Volkswagen's plant in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The companies are also encouraging workers that smoke to quit. You know, these are probably the most stringent tobacco policies of any automakers in the U.S. Most automakers allow smoking in designated outdoor areas, which seems perfectly reasonable. In fact, the UAW has fought to allow its members to smoke, and hey, maybe that's how the union can organize the transplants. Passenger cars are not the only vehicles being converted to run on something other than gasoline. Iveco, the commercial vehicle company owned by Fiat, just introduced a prototype of its industrial vehicle, the Tracker, used for agricultural and industrial work. The Tracker biofuel runs on a mixture of 40% ethanol and 60% diesel and has a separate fuel tank for each. So far, the first tests show a 6% reduction in fuel costs, and the company expects to see better results as it does more tests. Coming up next, Tier 1 supplier Johnson Controls just launched a new website designed to educate consumers about the benefits of hybrid cars. You can learn more about that after the break.
What if we always settled for the first thing that came along? Then we'd never have gotten here. Introducing the Sonata Hybrid from Hyundai.
A lot of great minds have come out of these halls here at the University of Michigan, and while it's easy for someone with a PhD to understand the benefits of advanced vehicle powertrains like hybrids, the average consumer can sometimes struggle. That's why Johnson Controls Tier 1 supplier has launched a brand new website designed to fix this issue. MyDemoDrive.com is designed to educate new car buyers. It allows them to virtually compare the fuel consumption, emissions, and travel costs of 3 different vehicle powertrains commonly available on the market today.
So the whole purpose of this website is to allow consumers to understand what the different technologies are, a base vehicle versus other forms of hybridization, what the benefit is to them given how they drive, and what might be a good selection for them as they're looking for new vehicles. It's really about educating them so they're not scared of the technology and they can make more informed choices.
The simulation compares conventional internal combustion engines, ICEs with start-stop systems, and full hybrids. For now, its calculations are based off a mid-size sedan traveling 12,000 miles per year. Users can choose from 6 different drive routes, each one replicating a real-world commute with varying amounts of urban congestion and highway cruising. MyDemoDrive.com also lets users choose how much they pay for gasoline, an important factor in the calculation. After specifying the route and fuel price, the simulator takes over, keeping track of how efficiently each powertrain performs, and the savings show up right there at the end of the drive. But why is JCI so interested in appealing to consumers? It doesn't actually sell any cars.
We have an interest, obviously, because as the world's largest battery provider, both in terms of our lead-acid business as well as our advanced battery technologies through our lithium-ion efforts, we are a technology and a solutions provider. And as the systems mature and there's more expectations around what the vehicle and the vehicle system has to provide, our systems and our technologies are going to have to grow and change with them. And we view this as being a way of being proactive and helping to understand how are the consumers thinking about these different vehicle choices. How are they going to make a decision? Because that will have an impact on our technology developments, where we put our focus, and our ability to better partner with our customers, the OEMs, and the end consumers by delivering them a product that makes sense to them.
I want to thank Craig Cole for doing that report on JCI. And again, you can check out Johnson Controls Interactive Simulator at MyDemoDrive.com. Before we go, it's Monday, and that means you can catch the latest episode of Roundabout right now. What automotive atrocity did Osama bin Laden refuse to commit? You can find out that answer and a lot more at AutolineDetroit.tv. And that's today's report on the top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.